So I have this image open in Photoshop, and it's got these trees and this bench, and the images I'm going to be using to show are really not important to me at all, but let's just say I've got this image open, and I want to put another image in here with it. I have two choices. One, I'm going to minimize this, and I'm just going to click on the other image that I want and open it in Photoshop as well. So I'm just going to double click on this. I have mine defaulted to open in Photoshop. So now I've opened a second image. If I didn't have it, I could simply right click the image and hit open with, and as you see here, I've got a lot of options. I would just pick Photoshop. So now I have both images open in Photoshop. Make this big. And so if I want to put one image on top of the other one, so like I want to put this image on the same layer as this image, I can drag this image off to the side like this. Now notice I'm on my drag tool right here, but I can drag this image right on top of this picture. And now I have them both on this picture. And if you'll notice, there are two layers. Layer 1 in the background. The background's originally what I have, and this is layer 1. I can line it up perfectly. They're the same size image. Now, those two images are in the same image. If I click this little eyeball, that image disappears, right? Because I'm showing, don't show me that layer. But I didn't have to create a new layer. I just dragged that layer over. And now I have two layers. I have my background, and I have layer 1, which is this new image. If I want to make this a little more transparent or whatever, I can adjust the opacity right up there. Look, watch him. He's appearing, right? Pink all the way. Just a little bit of it, right? Because both layers are showing. What if I want to just bring a piece of him back? I don't want all this other stuff. I just want to put him in there. Well, I can clip him and paste him in, or you can do this. You can create a layer mask. And what I like to do is Control-I, Command if you're on a Mac, and I think you are. Now that whole layer disappears. I can literally paint him back where I want him. So, I've got my brush. I'm going to go ahead and set the opacity all the way so I can see. This is black. This is black. So this needs to be white to make him appear, right? So there he is, right there. Bam, he's coming back, right? And then I can change my brush to black to take some of this back off, right? I'm going to do this quick and sloppy just because I'm not sure what it is you're trying to do, and I know you say you're just playing with it, and nothing worse than getting frustrated when you're just trying to have a little fun with the program, right? So let's just say I pretend I just did a really great job at, you know, setting him aside, right? So maybe I want to make him small and look like he's sitting on that bench. So I can hit Control-T or Command-T on just this layer and make him smaller, right? Makes that whole layer smaller. You can see the places I missed when I was painting. So I could literally just prop him up right here. Of course, the easier way to do this, like I said, would be to click him off of the other image, right? And paste him into here. Then you don't have that whole rest of the layer. But if you'll notice, I'm still working on layer 1. I haven't touched the background layer. And if I don't want to see it, I can click that. He goes away. So let's go ahead and click layer 1 and delete it. Now we're back to just our background layer, right? And I have him open over here. Well, I'm going to close this. So you notice I just opened both of them. So that one image that you were trying to drag, if you just right-clicked it, opened it in Photoshop, as long as it's on your computer, you can do that. If it's not on your computer, that's why I'm trying to figure out where your image is. But you can also go File, Place Embedded, okay? And then it's going to ask you what you want to open. Well, I went ahead and saved those to the desktop just to make it real easy for me, right? So let's see. So I can just double click that. It's just going to place the image right there on top of that one for me. Notice, right? Now I've got this and this. I've got two layers. It automatically puts them in separate layers, right? So there's two ways of doing the same thing. That's the crazy thing about Photoshop. It's just like directions on a map. There might be 100 different ways to get there as long as your destination is the same, right? So it's always good to have a goal and to know what it is you're trying to do, but this is how you combine images, and this is how you make them both come in the same image. Pretty simple.